Hello everyone, welcome back to Factorio. We just finished some science. Let me just push on to the next one. Go ahead and get that. So, we are playing Factorio. This is Factorio with the overhaul mods Krastorio2 and Space Exploration. We're about 3 hours in and we have 3 science packs going in our research. We have a smelter which needs to be expanded. And we're gonna start on building a bus this day, I think. First things first. Well, okay. First things first. I need to get that research because we said we were gonna make our bus out of red belts, and so let's get this. We'll just push this ahead of whatever else we're doing. There. I probably should use medium electric belts all through this also, but we'll put it a bit behind. We have just moved into steel, and let's figure out what we need for a steel belt while things are going on. So, new production line. We are going to be making steel. Steel plates. And we're gonna want, well, we're gonna want as much as we can get from one red belt of iron. It'll be input limited. So we'll figure that out in a moment. Both of these we're gonna assume are working on steel furnaces. Switch this to belts. So one red belt. So 2 yellow belts. That actually works out nicely. So that's gonna get us 5 per second, 5 steel per second, which is not great, but. Did they change? Wait a minute. Did they change the numbers for the belts? 15 per second. That's fine. I wonder why this says 0.4 instead of 0.33. It's just not quite enough precision. I don't know. Anyway, so 24 of these feed 8. And the new thing is the coke that we have to add. So that's produced in 4. I'm assuming 4 of these. It needs wood and coal. So how do we want to lay that out? The 24 by itself, that's going to be its own thing. Oh, wait a minute. What do we do for our other smelters? They're laid out as 48s, right? That's not one. So this is 48, yeah. So let's double this up. Let's say we're going to make 10 per second. I feel like we're actually getting more steel per iron than we are in the base game. Is that right? Yeah, look, so 3 iron plates become 1 steel plate. As opposed to in the base game, it's 5 to 1. So it's actually more generous. So we're looking at 48 and then 16 and 8. So 24. Okay. So we're going to have one of these. We're going to have a standard smelter layout of iron. And then it's going to turn around and feed 16 of these. That's also being fed by 8 more on the right. I guess that's how we do it. Let's mock lay it out right now. I need to actually start making these steel furnaces too. So let's just make a little spot here. We can switch these over to steel furnaces. And we'll need a bunch of them, so it's fine just to let them go like this for a bit. I need to redo my bars. Let's just take everything off and start replacing with what we're going to use permanently. I am at a point where I have access to these, right? No, those need... Wow, fast inserters need steel. That's a difference. Okay. We'll still use yellow inserters then for our next smelter. And I might want to spend some time building those. Okay, reds. We'll need a bunch of those. I need a box. These poles for now. And that's good enough. We'll add more as we need it. Does that seem very loud? Maybe a little bit. Let me turn it down for me. I think on the recording it's fine, but for me it's a bit loud. All right, these need rocks or stone bricks. Let's grab one more. And then a bunch of stone furnaces, which I need to create. And I said I might want to expand my greenhouses at some point, but that can wait for now. For now, where I think our wood is good. We'll see. We'll see if that ends up being a limiting factor at some point in the future. But right now, we're not consuming all of our research packs at the rate we would need to run into problems. So this needs more coal. It's even amounts of coal and wood, right? For the recipe? Yeah, 6 and 6. Excuse me. Let me just replace these right away, because that's what's giving us our limited amount of steel. Okay, I said I was going to do inserter parts also at the same time. So those need wheels and sticks. So let's do wheels first. Did we run out here? Yeah. Our coal is slowly melting away. Good thing we pulled in that separate patch. You're out of iron. Fair enough. Excuse me. We need to transfer all of our just like day-to-day stuff onto our smelter units down there, so that we don't have to keep on dealing with this crap. Instead, just have stuff being made for us. But I want to do it in red as much as possible. So let's go set up a little area down there to build stuff in red. Nah, we can just do it right here. So, to build reds, we don't need to see that. Just from here. I still don't know what to do with these fast loaders. I assume that they're like for trains, and we don't have to worry about them here. Or for, I guess if we were trying to load it into a chest or unload from a chest. But either way, we don't need to deal with it. So these are actually pretty generous, going from this to that. Like, 2 transport belts are 3, so it's 1.5 iron. One red is 5.5. That's not bad. I feel like it's worse in the main game. I could be wrong. So a bunch of iron gear wheels and then single cylinder engine. So let's figure that out. So a single cylinder engine. That's a wheel, the engine, and then the yellows. And then we need to turn those into reds by combining them with a lot more. A lot more wheels. Oh, that's interesting. So these recipes actually use the fast underground belts. I mean the fast belts. Rather than just being an upgrade from underground belt, it uses the fast transport belts as one of its components, but not this one. Inconsistent. But either way, it works. Okay, pull that. Sure. I need more more inserters. Okay, this looks good. Switch to railways, sure. Or fuel refining? No, that's from oil. We don't actually have any oil on the map, do we? That I can see. Maybe I should switch over to radar. So that we can start scouting out the world. Alright, that's going to eat up a whole bunch of our iron. We'll come back to that later. Let me just grab some iron from here before I leave. Okay. Looks like we're out of stone right there. And I don't really have any extra to give it. Here. It's fine. So these are all stopped for lack of these. My bad. More steel. Whoops. Why are you stopped? Ah, no mineable resources there, no mineable resources there. Fair enough. Whoops. We don't really need to do this as much anymore, but whatever. Okay. Out of steel again. Alright, I was going to make some more inserter thingies for us. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be making as much steel as I thought it would. I thought it would just keep going. But it seems like it's stopping after one. I think that's because maybe they switched the behavior, so you have to specify a recipe. Like these will just, well, no, they're not. This one, oh, that one's done too. So is that one. That one. This one will just fill all the way up to full before it runs out. Also, there's issues with the iron. Maybe that's the issue. It's not so much the change in behavior. Never mind. I am wrong. Just ignore me. Alright. Need some bricks. Excuse me. Excuse me. I had to sneeze. All right. I think it's time to move on from here. We need to start building this up more systematically. We'll leave this going, and then we'll head. So we need to build our smelter unit, which means we're gonna need a ton of these. So handle that, please. I'm gonna go ahead and steal. And now we need to make a complete duplicate of that right here. Alright, so I'll just copy it. I'll leave a gap of 2 because there's not a common belt between that and the stone. Except for this one's going to go backwards. I do have the better, I could switch our spacing because I have better belts now, or better, better, blah, these, better poles. I could try to make these a medium electric ones. They don't even need steel, they just need more iron. This is a little annoying. Here, let me get rid of that. This is a temporary thing, so it'll work out once we finish the temporary thing. Temporary, I promise. Won't be there more than 20 hours. Whoops. If only I had bots, I say, doing my annual whine about not having bots this early in the game. Annual? Daily? Hourly? Semi-hourly? It's doing railway. So what did I just research? I didn't even pay attention. I got something. I got a radar. Right. So we'll need some steel for that. Looks like we are running into troubles with stone. Let's go ahead and grab some over here. All right. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Let's grab some automation cores from over here. Way too lazy to do that myself. Okay, we'll need some more miners. What's the hold up there? Not enough. Fine, let's... Okay, I think we really do need to focus on them all. Let's why can't I build that? Oh, I need just regular plates probably. Nah, I don't want to wait. Need a few more of these. We got all the yellows, right? No, we didn't. We didn't get the yellows up there. So more yellows too. How are we doing on reds? Enough to get started, perhaps? We'll need some red underneath these two. And splits, of course. Right now, we're not actually producing enough. We don't have enough coming in to fill up a red belt, but that's okay. We can work on that later. Technically, we don't have enough coming in to fill a yellow belt. Let alone a red. But we will, in time. Alright. I'm thinking a simple belt rather than having everything on the belt this time. We'll build more things locally. Ah, here's that meteor strike. It does have rare metal in it. It's our first rare metal we've seen. I was going to make some of these. I forgot. I should have kept some of the steel. Alright, let's make a little area here to build the things we need to build the things. So first of all, I need to make inserters. And I'm getting annoyed at having to do it myself all the time. So, to build an inserter, you need to... You first need to build an inserter part, which needs sticks and wheels. So sticks, wheels, and then you can combine that with what? You combine that with a single cylinder engine, which needs more wheels. And you get a burner inserter. And then you combine that with an automation core and a small electric motor to get an inserter. And I think I'm going to build the reds right next to it. So this will be reds. I probably should build the fast ones right next to it too. Yeah, let's do that. We'll build the fast ones right next to it also. So reds. Okay, that's red, fast. And they'll need things from somewhere else we'll have to pull in. You just need sticks. Why don't we can make the sticks right next to you. That's easy. So stick. Red. Blue. You need steel, which is a bit more tricky to get. But the circuit is not that tricky to get. So we'll build this right next to that. Let me leave some space so that we can get the steel in there somehow in the future. Excuse me. So this is, what was this? This is going to be the circuit. And that's going to need both a stone tablet. Wow, I'm out of assembling machines. All this to make one thing, or I guess to make just these. I guess I could make I could like bust the circuits and all that stuff. I probably will end up doing something like that, but I'm just wanting to get something makeshift for now. And belting this is going to be a problem, but we'll deal with that in the future. I'll just go with one for now. Alright. Do we need iron below this point? I don't think so. This is the last point we need iron. So this will be our iron thing. I should bring these together more. Let's... do that. Alright. And a whole bunch of things are going to need that iron. Now, this will need to deliver to here. So we'll have a little trail going this way to there. You deliver straight down. But these need to be delivered in multiple places. So they'll go like this to there. I haven't even worked out the other one, the automation core. Or the small electric motor. We'll have to build those like right around here. Always another thing. On the other side of this iron belt, we'll build that. So right now, maybe I should leave more room. We can make it work. Alright, so this goes into there. These two. One goes up, one goes down. You come down. You're good. Oops. Looks good so far. What is this? Why does it look different? Yeah, they have different... Okay, it's the same thing. It's just the different parts look different. That's cool. Alright. That they end up looking different on the same belt. That's peculiar. Alright, so we're up to here. Now we need to figure out how to get the automation core and the small electric motor. So what's a small electric motor? It's an iron gear wheel, an iron plate, and copper cable. No, wrong thing. We'll get to that. Actually, let's say we'll run the cable like we'll run this like that, the copper in here. Similarly, we'll put the automation core right here. Which is a little annoying, but we can work with it. This is not a pretty design. I was in the middle of setting up steel at one point. What happened to that? I kind of got distracted. Hmm. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use this weird thing. No, I'm not, because I can't get it to work. There. Near. That's so much better than having a keybind like Alt-L or whatever it is. Control-L. No. Alt-Shift? Shift-L. It's so much easier for me just to click this. Okay. I don't even need to put it there. What am I doing? Clearly, I don't have any idea what I'm doing. Okay, these have to get to there somehow. Did I plan for that? Sort of the automation thingies. We can make this work. We have a lot of underground space. Da 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 dum. Dum. So ghetto. But I think that'll work. Alright, let me get the copper. Do I need anything else? I think I'm good. Why did I think I needed rock or brick? I need brick for down here. Yeah, I need that. Okay, let's make this hug a little bit. I technically don't need to do this. I could just put this down to there, but that's fine. All right, bring some brick in. Some bric-a-brac. Here, make one. I want to see it. These would be better replaced with fast. And we're going to have to do the same thing down here. Da 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 da. And this will be how we get the steel, and we'll pull it in like here from the side. Alright. We still need to get brick down here, and we need to get the copper down there. This is why I've been delaying this, because it's a mess. Probably what I should do is set up a little section where we build a bunch of automation cores, and then we can just pull that in. And that would definitely work, and we will do that at some point. But for this is fine. These are going to run a few thousand times, not 20,000 times. Well, maybe 20,000 times. Depends on how long it goes before we replace it. So the hold up here is still this. I really do need to get some of these. Alright, we need to bring the copper down here. And the stone here. Think that'll work. This isn't working. Why not? Because this isn't pulling. Fair enough. Here's our brick. Let me just make sure this works. Am I even recording? I am. Good. No steel yet. So I can't make it work until I get some steel. Okay. Eventually we'll just bring in a line of steel down like this. Let's continue building our line of steel. So we stopped doing that because we weren't able to make inserters at the speed we wanted to. And I was getting annoyed and switched over. I'm going to move this out of the way at some point. In fact, I should move this out of the way now. It's just going to keep getting in the way. I positioned it poorly to begin with. We'll just rebuild it right here. I guess I should have copied it first. My bad. All good? Looks good. Alright, now we can finish this up. And we did say we were going to do a red, right? When we were making our steel production. Yeah, we said we're gonna have 2 of these sets of red. Let me just put red on the bar. We never finished doing this. Think it's good. Oops. No, wait, no, I'm wrong. This is iron. Steel's gonna be the next one up. Okay, and we'll get another line of iron to actually fill it in a moment. But let's see how we're gonna do the next one. So the idea... do I want to reverse that belt? So that I can bring it in on this side. I think I do. So then the coke would be handled on this side. This is going to be messy. Because, can coke be burned as fuel? Yeah, it can. So do I even want to provide a line like this? Because both the coke building machines and the steel building machines are going to have coke available to them. So I don't think I want to bother with these processed fuel lines. I'm going to reverse this belt. I changed my mind. So this is going to come up here. Whoops. And I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. We said the count was going to be 24. So we could do it in one row rather than having 2 rows. Because this is 24 wide. So output, input, this is part of the Coke, so we'll have to figure that out separately. So this doesn't go this far. Alright, we said there was going to be 16 of these that are actually making steel. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And the rest of them are making Coke. Alright, and so the Coke is going to get output from these up to here. And fed in this way. And you're also going to be reading in the iron from there. Reading in, I say. Clearly too much computer talk for me. You're going to be outputting on that away. You know, I haven't had a major coding project in a long time. Like I used to work on coding all the time, because that was my job. But then I got promoted. Now I'm a manager, so I oversee a group of 10 other programmers, and make sure they're doing a good job. So I do little bits and little projects where I check to see how well things are going. But I don't actually do much of my own coding anymore. Here, just 2. Certainly not in terms of like a major 20-hour long project. I haven't done one of those in like years. I kind of miss it. Everything I do is like checking. And I do lots of planning and standing in front of whiteboards of people. I'm not saying it's I'm certainly not denying the usefulness of this job that I have, but there is a virtue in being a programmer. Alright, so these need both wood and coal, and there's not any of that around. We're gonna have to pull it in. We don't have any coal around here at all. We didn't bring it. We have it all being processed. So I think we need to bring a line of pure coal all the way over here. Why isn't this working? Because you ran out of fuel? No mineable resources there. No mine. Okay. So you just ran out of stuff. Dum. Dum. Da da dum. I was hoping there'd be a whole bunch here for me to pick up, but there's none. Alas, tragic. And you're out of coke now. Alright, so in the same way we sent this fuel line back, we're going to have to send a coal line back. So split. Prefer left, because our power is most important over future production. We have some of these already going red. That slowed down when we walked into the sand. Alright. This has to weave through somewhere. I guess we could use this little 2x2 gap we made. Just to get it out there. We will need this in the future to, like, make grenades and things. It's also going to be needed for this, but let's see if we can just weave it like this. Maybe not right in that one spot. Alright, and then we just split right here. No structures damaged. Alright, and we're close to connecting that. I think we are, if we're going to steal even more wood from this, I think we do need to buff this up a little bit. With another pair of greenhouses. Or I could make another greenhouse area up here. Nah, this is fine. Still nothing here? Why not? What, did I do something wrong? Oh, I didn't set that recipe. I'm an idiot. Here. Move it along, please. I didn't need to grab all that. That's fine. Let me just throw this away then up here. Alright. Oh, they're out of wood. Yeah. I'm just gonna take these away then. Frame this up. This is turning into something that's a bit more permanent than I intended it to be, but that's all right. But if it is, maybe I should bring some of this over. I think I should. So, right here-ish. Okay. That will keep me in wood for a while. I think that's a third of a belt of wood. Something like that. And how much does this need? This needs, for the coke, half a belt. So probably I need even more. But that's fine. Well, we're not going to end it. Well, we'll wait till it's a problem, and then we'll see how big of a problem it is. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. What's the hold up here? Brick? And steel. We're gonna run out of research. Well, not yet. There's still quite a bit of green research. Alright, let's get all these pieces hooked together. Need underground belts. Need logistic bots and a ready-made mall. That's what I say. And they'll use coke as their power source also, which is not ideal, but I don't think there's a way to prevent it. Not easily. No, I don't think there's a way to do it at all. Not let alone easily. Let's just watch to make sure, see what happens. I bet it's going to take the first one for fuel and then fill this and then add more for fuel. But we'll see. So yeah, 1 for fuel. 2 for fuel. I'm wrong. It fills fuel first. And then it fills up here. Alright. Now we need more iron. Do I have any miners by chance? I have a few. Let's go steal from our little inserter mall down here. I don't need to carry those around, I guess. Okay. So, blues are actually pretty easy to get to. They just need steel and circuits, which we have in abundance. We don't have the steel yet, but we can make the circuits. We should be planning to use blue for everything from now on when we do our future blueprints, because it's just so easy. Alright, so this is still going, just burning up our iron. We have this big patch of iron up here that we're tapping half of, if I recall. And we said we were going to need all of it, because it needs to eventually be a yellow. A red, not a yellow. But I guess... I mean, you know, needs must. We'll steal some of it for our steel. And eventually we'll pull in another source for steel. Oh yeah, radar. I was going to make some radar things. But they needed steel. And I took apart where we're making steel. So never mind. We'll wait until we get this set up. How's our power situation doing? I haven't looked in a while. Like, how much of our power is being provided by the windmills? About half. I think that was a worthwhile thing. It probably has ended up saving us quite a bit of time. Or a bit of coal. They're solid amounts, too. Like, I remember in C Block, they'd vary. Like, so you'd have... They could produce as much as twice... Like, I don't know if it was twice as much, but it felt like they could go... Like, they're steady... They had they had like a sine wave around a middle amount, and sometimes they produce a lot less. This is all drills. Actually, the labs are quite expensive. Okay, it's worth knowing. We should balance right here. Do better, game. There you go. And where are we heading? We're heading towards here. I think this should work. I still need more of these. Just a few. We'll come in and replace them as we can. We can't. We're not even providing enough ore to need them. All right. I just want to see where it's going to go wrong. So we have to wait for one cycle. We did have the coke, so these are all full of coke now. Yep. Here's our first bit of iron. Comes around here, we pull it up. It looks like it's going to work fine. And then this is our output right here. Oh wait, no, we said we're gonna use red. Red for everything on the belt. No mixed colors. Same here. We need some red undergrounds. We don't need it over here. This isn't the belt. Where are we gonna make the belt? I guess right here. Alright, so then to get the steel down here, we need to actually do a little bit of trickery. Do we have room to weave? It looks good. Looks good. Oh, wait. No, I'm going too far. There we go. Blue. This is a real ugly piece of layout, I gotta tell you. I'm not pleased with this. It works, but I'm not pleased with it. I think I changed my mind about building more things locally. We need to bust more things. Maybe we could build wheels locally. I think that might be possible. But other things we should definitely try to bust. Is our science stopped? It feels like our science is stopped. What's the issue? No, it's going. It's just very slow. This must be a more intensive recipe. Yeah, 30 seconds at 250. Fair enough. Radar. Let me grab some of this steel. And then we said that oh wait, no, how much does a radar dish need? Consumes a megawatt. A megawatt? That's huge. That's a ton. Wait a minute. Our entire base right now is only 15 megawatts. That's that's more than I expected. A megawatt. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Let's just be. I was gonna go out and place them around with little windmills next to them. I can still do that, but it would need a lot of windmills. I definitely see why they gave us the sentries instead for like local vision. Although once we get satellites, it won't matter. Alright, so these are producing 20 kilowatts. So we would need 50 windmills to power a single one of them. Or we could do 10 and it would work a tenth of the time. Or a fifth of the time. Which is not a bad idea. Like, scanning the sectors, you just need to do it. It takes some time, but well. For now, I'm just gonna put these out on our main grid, and we'll just burn coal to get it going. It looks like the coverage is quite higher. Like, look on the minimap. That's huge. Like, look how much that covers. I would normally think our base would need them like every, like, this would need like a grid of like 4x3 to cover that, but 2 of them, dude. And look how fast it scans. Okay, so these are just a high-powered version of radars that cost a fortune. There's little bits of iron over here. Wow. So this is something we're not going to have up full time. We'll have it up for now, and then we'll move it further out as we go. I'm thinking. All right. Let me finish this up. I just want to make sure the entire line is of one type. There. This is not of that type. We'll have to fix that at some point. So let's start planning this out. Because I'm gonna, before expanding our mall to give me a lot more things like all the belts and stuff I need, I'm going to want, and let's turn that off. We should be using the blues all the time now. Silicon processing. That seems like it's a ways off. Yeah. I think we need to make little sub-modules for the various parts. We're gonna keep on building the gears locally, because otherwise our iron's just gonna go back and forth between not having enough iron, not having enough gears. But everything else we're gonna build on a bus. So let's say we're gonna build a little factory that makes what's the first step after that? Single cylinder engines. And we want to output a yellow belt full of them. That needs 18 of these. But let's say we're going to switch them into blues at some point. So that's 12. Because I can make blues right now. Yeah. This takes some time. Alright, so we're going to make a little thing. It needs a full belt of iron, which we don't have to give it. But that's okay. The ratio is 10 to 12, which is a weird ratio. We'll just do 12 to 12. Total input is 2 belts of iron, right? Because this needs a belt of iron and this needs a belt of iron to give a belt of single cylinder engines. Well, that's awfully demanding. Let me just extend these a bit. And build a bunch more underneath these and splitters. More of those, more of those. The coal we're going to weave in here too at some point, but we'll just remember that. We'll leave room. Alright, so get rid of that. Put this there. And we're going to need a bunch more of those. I need more bricks. There were a couple places in here that were the slowdown that we could fix, right? Was it here? No, I don't think so. It was here. And apparently there. Okay, pin this. Eventually, I guess the idea would be we'd have train supplied iron. I don't know. Let's just get this built, and then we'll see what it amounts to. So, how am I doing this? Simply. Just pairs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. What am I hearing? Crazy noises from outside. Let me just hover over all these real quick so that it stops flashing at me. Lots and lots of these, but I think these are all ones associated with space exploration. Because they look familiar to me. Like, we never got to most of these, but we got to some. Okay. So I could just pull I think I should just pull a red belt off rather than trying to pull two yellow belts off. Just make it easy. This needs it too. They both use it. Both need iron. Did I finish making these? I need more. More! No. Go this way. We'll go around the bottom, and then I'll put on that side. Yeah, wait till we have enough machines. Alright. And I guess we'll just put them right here. Maybe I shouldn't have left this all spread out. I'll have to maybe fill in some of the bits that are... Like, how would I do that now? What if we move this steel up to right next to that? I'm liking it. Just so it's easier to hop across, you know? Bit harder to pull off, but that's okay. We can make that work. I'm not going to try to make that work. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it off right here. There we go. And then this will eventually have more iron lines. Looks good. Except this bit has to be red. Even if it can't support red. The bus is red. We could leave space for this to be doubled up, and then it would become red. But I shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea. All right. Next thing we need. What are we using these typically for? I guess for inserters, but I'm not sure we actually... Wait a minute. Maybe we don't need these very much. We use them... Like... What do we use them for? Not for much. Mostly it's the motors we use. And the automation cores. Okay, well, it's on the bus. Now we make the next thing on the bus. Let's go ahead and make... the motors. And our goal again is a yellow belt. So that's 16, 10, 30. Ugh. So it's going to be 32. We're going to do it that way. We'll have a thing of 10 making one belt. And again, this one little factory needs an entire red belt of iron. Maybe I'm being too ambitious. Okay, we need to get some... We need to make this easier. Here, you output a little stockpile of these. Automation cores we also need. Maybe I should do that one next. Because that would actually... Well, we need them all. And actually... Well, no, we need them on both sides. I was thinking which one do we need for assembling machines. But we need them for both. Alright, we're at the hour-and-a-half mark. I think this is a fine time to stop it. I think our plan next time is to continue making a few more of these modules for the basic things. We'll go... we'll go the automation cores, the small motors. We'll go green circuits. And then we'll start looking towards the next science. Because we've been researching all this stuff, and I have not been paying any attention at all to it. And this, besides going to the next one. So, like... A lot of it's oil processing, but some of it's new stuff, like gas power station. Burns fluid to produce energy. A few other things. Mineral water. I don't know what to do with that yet. Anyway, that's what we'll do next time. We'll figure out a few more of these submodules. So thank you everybody for watching. Until next time.